send their credit scores into the stratosphere. They reversed their situation.
Live, and we are almost ready to go. Here we go. Alrighty. Why is nobody there? Nobody there. Funkmeister. Ooh. Funkmeister. Case Van Veen. Mamoon. Jazz of Yankee. Kevin Barry in Mississippi. What's happening? Manny, what's happening over there? Shakata. T72. Mr. Chris Bauer, how are you? Wants to take a look at Ford. Let's take a look. Tony, what's happening? Chucker, TM, L30815, Blakey, J Cordo. Alrighty. So, anyway, good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. Jay Cordia, how are you doing today? Sevens, what's happening? LD, that's me. Peyton, what's happening? Nina, Cano, Freddie. All right, so first thing on the list today, Simone is in the house. Hey, Simone. All right, first thing we want to look at today is going to be Ford. Somebody wanted to take a look at Ford, so we're going to take a look at Ford this morning or this evening. Kagdala, bonjour. Hello to you too, Simone. The Health Club, Jay, I'm Fresha. How are you, Miss Fresha? Alrighty, so let's get started. Ford is the first one we're going to look at today. Here we go. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the direction. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Here we are right here at 921. We're at 921 at this moment in time. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, stocks have a tendency to go up and down, all over the place. A couple of things you want to look for at first. Well, where's the 52-week high? The high for the year. Where's the 52-week low? Where's the low for the year? Now, the stock can fluctuate between the high and the low all year long, going up, going down, going up, going down. It's always a good thing to understand what it is you're buying in the first place. What do the numbers look like? Are they consistently profitable? Lindarella, Chasing Jack, how are you guys doing today? Scotty Ray, what's up? This is it. All righty. Okay, Tim McCarty, hey, what's happening? David, I'm confused as hell. Does that mean I'm stupid? David, doesn't mean that at all. Because ever since you got into adulthood, you've been trained, or you've been hammered into your head, telling you what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to think, what you're supposed to buy, what you're supposed to sell, what you're supposed to invest in. Been telling you all along. Well, here it's a little bit different. I got fed up with everything, and I knew there had to be another way. Now, it wasn't until my 9-year-old daughter said, hey, Daddy, can you teach me? So trying to figure out how to teach a 9-year-old how to trade, well, there was a lot of obstacles. Best word to use is obstacles. How do you teach a 9-year-old how to trade? Well, can I call you tomorrow? Yeah, Tim, give me a buzz tomorrow. You got my number. Send me a text first. I bet. I'm fresh out. Okay. Intel. Let's take a look at Intel in a little bit. Fresha, we're going to leave that right here. And let's finish taking a look at Ford. All right, so here we go. 924 at this moment in time. So if I want to buy Ford tomorrow morning, Wednesday, I'm looking at 924 per share. There's numbers right there, bid, ask. Now I'll go over this side so you can see these numbers a little easier. Now at 924, the closest strike price is going to be the 9 or the 950. Well, the 9 is going for 25 and the 950 is going for 2 to 3. Those numbers are actually horrible. Now, we've already missed out on Monday and Tuesday. That's 40% of our time value. So it might not be a good idea to be looking for this week to get money. Might be better to go next week. Tim, you don't have my number? Well, I'll tell you what, Tim. DM me with your phone number. I will give you a call back. I'm pretty sure we've talked before. Okay, what is... Oh, look at this. J. Cordero. What is dividend yield you look for? Okay, Mr. Cordero, you are definitely new here. I do not look at the yield at all. My main concern of the stocks that I pick, consistency in profitability. Specifically, I want 2 decades of consistent profitability. 20 years of increasing profits. You got 2 choices. Number 1, do you trade gold? No, Artex, I do not. I trade dividend stocks only. Okay, so back to you, Mr. Cordero. The name sounds familiar. Anyway, where was I going with that question? Oh, consistency and profitability. You got 2 choices. Number 1, you can read each and every one of the quarterly reports and the annual reports for the last 20 years. Okay. How do they do 20 years ago? 19, 18, 17, 16. And look at every single one. Are they consistently profitable over and above what they did last year? Okay. Is the prospect for being more profitable next year a viable idea? Is that something they're looking for? Okay. Is the company consistently profitable? Now, the second way you can find about consistent profitability is go straight to the dividends. Now, the dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors for letting them borrow your money. Because when you invest in a company, the money goes to the company, and then the company takes that money and they invest it to do whatever it is they do in the company. Did you get into trading through normal stock trading such as S&P, metals, or Forex? Artix, that's an interesting question. What do I think about MRK? All right, buy and hold. We'll take a look at MRK a little bit. I'll write that one down. We got a couple of we're looking at tonight. Intel's going to be one, INTC. You want to look at MRK. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. And for you, Artix, I started investing about 20 some odd years ago. I owned my own company. I had so much money I didn't know what to do with it all. Tragedy, right? Tragedy. I had a bunch of houses, a bunch of cars, a bunch of collectibles, all that kind of crap. But still, the money kept coming in, so I had to figure out where do I invest it. So yeah, I did the journey with the stock market. I found it to be easy. There's no overhead, no employees, no inventory, no monthly bills. Well, I get one monthly bill. That's for my internet service. Okay, so it was kind of like an ideal business for me. Well, ideal place to put my money. It turned into something now that I didn't even think of back then. I just need to find, where do I put my money? All right. Real estate wasn't working for me. All right, so anyway, here we are, we're looking at Ford. Now, when I say consistency and profitability, I'm talking about the dividend increasing every single year. Now, if a company has a dividend that consistently increases. Now, here's the thing with dividends. The dividend cannot increase unless the profits increase. So if the profits increase, the dividend increases also. So you could look at all the annual reports and read all that crap, or you can go right to the dividend. Is this year's dividend higher than last year's dividend? Well, that only means they made more money this year or last year than they did the year before. Because the dividend is a portion of the profits from the previous year. Okay, so are they profitable this year? Well, great. Well, then the dividend will increase. And if the dividend increases every single year, that means every single year they're more profitable than they were the year before. That's all that means. So some of you like to read those quarterly reports, annual reports. Hey, nothing wrong with it at all. Me, I go straight to the dividends. If the dividend keeps increasing, that means they're consistently profitable. So I look for 2 decades of increased dividends. It's a lot simpler, a lot quicker. It gets right to the point. Is the company profitable? Are they consistently increasing their dividend? Because if they're increasing their dividend, that means the profits are increasing also. Those are the only companies I like to invest in. It kind of makes me sleep easier at night. Okay? Think about it. If you're working 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week and you got to figure out where is your money going to go when it comes time for you to retire, you got hundreds, thousands of choices to choose from. Literally, thousands of choices to choose from. Where do you want to put your money? Me, I like dividend stocks that are consistently profitable. Worst case scenario, I end up with a company that keeps increasing their dividends every single year. That's worst case scenario for me. All right, so along with the obstacles I had in trying to teach a 9-year-old, simple, had to be simple, had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to come up with to find or create a trading strategy for a 9-year-old. 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. You should understand what the bid, the ask, the high, the low, the average volume, the consistency and profitability, how often have they increased their dividends, what their yield is, and there's a lot more. And the book value, that's a good one. Book value, what's the company actually worth? See, the stock price is our perception of what we think it's worth. Because see, Ford here right now, the stock is at $9.21. Well, the book value, we looked last night, I think it was like $12, something like that. 11 or 12 bucks, something like that. That's the actual value. So once you pay off all the debts and take in all the income and sell off everything the company owns, that's the book value. Liquidation. Liquidate the whole damn thing. What do you get left? That's the book value. For Ford, it just so happens to be, I think, 11 to 12 bucks per share. Well, the stock price right now is around 9. Now take NVIDIA on the other hand. NVIDIA is going for like $130 a share. The book value on NVIDIA is $1.74. What? How does that make sense? Because it's the public's perception, what we think it's worth. We are the ones that create this high-low crap. Now the market maker, he sets the opening of the day. He's the guy on the starting line, said, this is where we're starting from today. Ready, set, go. And then goes the bell, and then we buy and we sell. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's all they do. The market maker just decides where we're starting from. All right, let's get back to where we were. We're talking about Ford. Enough of all this dribble. Hey, good word for the day. Dribble. All right, the high, the low, we got all that right here. Right now, 924. The numbers really don't look good for this week. So let's take a look at next week, only because let me explain something relatively simple. All right. Now, I trade weekly options. That means Monday through Friday. All right, I got a couple of questions here. Team Snagging. Hey, James, can you show us on Yahoo Finance where they report increased dividends every year on stocks? Hey, Team Snagging Whiskers. Yeah, give me a second. We'll get there. All righty. So we're going to get there in a few minutes. Just sit tight. I'll show you exactly where it is. It's not that difficult. Once you see it, you should. Everybody, as a matter of fact, everybody should have access to a financial website. Whether it's NASDAQ, whether it's New York Stock Exchange, whether it's the CBOE, the Chicago Board of Options, whether it is Yahoo Finance, whether it is Bloomberg, whether it is Wall Street Journal, or whether it's Google Finance. Whatever financial website you need to find all the information you're looking for. Book value, rates of return, cash flow coming in, what is the debt structure looks like, what are the holdings, what's the yield, what is the operating expenses, stuff like that. Okay, and dividends, and book value, and open, high, low, close, the data stream. We're going to show you that in a little bit on Yahoo Finance. That's the one I use. You guys can use Google Finance. You can use Bloomberg. You can use whatever financial site you want. But you should get one, and you should learn how to navigate it to find information that's not readily available. Like book value, it's not readily available on Thinkorswim. It's there somewhere. Mr. Underwear Stains, really? That's the name you chose? Billions upon billions of words in the dictionaries of all the countries on this planet, and you decided to go with that name? Mr. Underwear Stains. Okay. Hey, I don't judge. That's what you want to go by. That's what you want to go by. All right, Mr. Underwear Stains. Okay. All right, so let's see what we're looking at. Now, this week's, we only have 3 days left. So weekly options is what I like. Monday through Friday. That's 5 days. So Monday through Friday, the beginning of the day, Monday, 9:30 a.m. until Friday, 3:59 p.m. That is the maximum amount of time frame available on a weekly basis. Because the market opens at 9:30, and at 3:59 p.m. on Friday is the last trade you can possibly do, because the market closes at 4. Okay? That's it. So that's 100% of the time value available in 1 week. Okay? Monday, 20% gone. Tuesday, 20% gone. So what do we got left? We got 3 days left for this week. That's only 60% of the value. That's not going to give you enough to make my 1%. So I'll be looking at next week's, okay, which is 21 February. Okay, 14 February is this week. 21 February is next Friday, and they're better numbers. The 9's going for 25. That ain't happening. And the 950's going for 5 or 6. So Ford does not look good at all this week for me. Now, I already own some Ford, but I bought it a couple of weeks ago when the numbers look better. These numbers change every single day. First thing in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, these numbers are constantly changing. Okay, it doesn't look good now, but tomorrow morning it may be a total different story. So unfortunately, Ford is going to be a no for this week. Sorry. Let's go to the next one. I'm Fresha wants to take a look at Intel, INTC. Let's try this one more time, but put it right there. INTC. That works. Ooh, nice day today. There's the high a year ago. Look at the stair step. Down, down, down. Okay? The high's right there. Bottom's right here. Here's the direction. All right. 21.20. The closest one's going to be the 21, and that's paying 47. Well, that's over 1%. Now, the 21.50 is paying 28. So either one of them, this week you can still get your 1% out of Intel. Now, I like Intel. I have no problem holding on to Intel. All right. So let's take a look at what it actually looks like. A year ago, Intel was at 43.57. Okay, but a week or so later, there's the top, 46.63, and that was the beginning of March. All right. The bottom of the year was back in September, and that was right around 18.36. Well, look at the last 90 days. Now, the last 90 days is the last 3 months. Now, the reason why I look at the last 3 months is I'm looking for patterns. Okay, we were 23. Jumps up, drops down, jumps up, drops down. Now it's going back up again. That's an easy pattern to see. Now, I'm going to go to the 30 days, the last 30-day chart. That gives me a better idea of where do I think it's going next. All right, so here's 30 days ago. Here's the bottom. Shoots up with a big gap up right here. Then she gets to 22.50. She drops all the way back down here to 19. Now she's jumping back up again. We're at 21 at the moment. Okay, so like I said, the 21s are going for over 2%. Okay, so let's do one, and as we do one, we're going to answer someone's question over here about where do you find the information on the dividends and the increased dividends on Yahoo Finance. All right, Intel. Let's do this one at 21. All right, first I want to get rid of this. Then I want to change this right here where it says single, and I want to change that to covered call. Now, one of the things I really like about Thinkorswim, in case you're wondering, the trading platform behind me is Think or Swim, and Charles Schwab owns it. You can download it for free, use it for a little bit, but eventually they're going to want you to call them and tell you exactly what you're planning on doing. Hey, I'm using this as a paper trade, and they would like you eventually to put money into theirs. Okay, but that being said, let's keep on rolling with what we're looking at. Covered stock right there. Now, covered call is one of the safest trading strategies. One of them. The safest trading strategy is just buying a stock. Just buying it. Buying, selling, that's the easiest. However, there's no predictability to it. There's no consistency. There's no, there's a lot of unknown answers when you're just buying a stock. However, the covered call is where you buy a stock and you sell it to somebody else for basically the same price you just paid for. So if I'm buying it at 21, let's see what the numbers look like. Now I'm going to do this week's. 21 this week, right there. Okay, I'm doing just one contract so you understand what the numbers look like for just one contract, and I'm going to change it from market order to a limit order. One of the things you're going to need to learn is the terminology. What do things mean? Well, buying and selling. Okay, you can walk in. It's like, think of it going to like a flea market or a yard sale. You walk in and there's a price there. Okay, you either pay the price and say, okay, fine, that's the market price. Now, if you don't like the price and you want to haggle a little bit, say, well, I want to give you this much. That's a limit order. That's basically what it is. You go to a yard sale and there's a, okay, here we go. I'll give you a perfect example. $5. It's $5 for sale sign on the cup. Great. I go to a yard sale, I pay $5. Market value. Well, let's say I don't want to pay $5. What if I don't think it's worth it? Well, I'm going to do a limit order, $4.50 or $4. Well, the seller or the market maker can say, I don't know. They don't have to. But at the market value, $5, they're required to fill it instantaneously. If you say, all right, I only want to pay $4. Okay, the market maker will put a 4 on there and just look at it until he says, all right, I'll take the 4. He doesn't have to, because someone might come around and say, oh, I'll give you $5.50 for it. I'll give you $6. That's how it goes up and that's how it goes down. But it's the same thing. Market order, it's the price that's posted. See? The price that's posted is the market order. A limit order, I don't want to pay $21.19. I only want to pay $21.01. That's a limit order. $21.01, most I want to pay. It's going to sit on the computer of the market maker until he's ready to fill it. And he may never fill it. Okay, the stock might go up. He said, I ain't selling it 21.01, whatever. All right, so here's what we're looking at. We're going to do one contract of Intel just to show you what it looks like and how to do it. Now, like I said, I like Thinkorswim. I don't get any money. I don't get any acknowledgments whatsoever. Not even a thank you for sharing the information from Charles Schwab. Okay? I'm just showing you how I use it. Not telling you what to do. I just show you what I'm doing. Okay? Simple enough. All right. I'm going to hit confirm and send. And here is what the order looks like. By 1, covered call of Intel. 100s. Those are the weeklies. 14 February 25. That is this coming Friday. So this order self-cancels on Saturday because the options expire on Saturday. And this is a weekly option trade. I'm buying the stock. I'm selling somebody the right to buy it for me for basically the same price I just paid for it. And I'm looking to capture the premium. Okay, there's a lot of new words you're going to hear. Not a huge amount of them. But it's basically the same thing as when you learn to drive a car. Okay, so up until you were about 15 or 16 years old, you probably didn't know what a gas pedal was, or what a tachometer was, or what the meaning of E is on the gas tank. You know, there's a lot of things you didn't know before you sat behind the wheel of a car and wanted to learn how to drive. It's just another set of words you're going to learn. All right? 14 February 25, that's the day it expires. So whoever buys it from me can do whatever they want with that stock between when they pay me and the expiration date. The expiration date, 14 February, this coming Friday. Now, the $21 call option, because I buy the stock and I sell a call option, a call stock option against the position. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. You just walk through it once or twice, and it's really relatively easy. If you have any questions about covered calls, there's literally hundreds of videos available for free on YouTube to teach you how to do a covered call and the safety of the covered call. It's one of the safest strategies there is. All right, so maximum profit I'm going to make off of this trade is $33 per contract. Remember when I said simple, safe, predictable, and consistent? Well, predictable, I already know what I'm going to make before I even do anything. Consistent, well, I can do this every single week. Once I buy the stock and I own it, if I buy 100 shares, 200 shares, 400 shares, 800 shares, whatever, as soon as I buy those shares, it is mine to do with as I please. Now, I am going to sell somebody the rights to buy it from me every single week until it gets filled. So if I'm buying it at 20.97, that's the last price today, the closing price today, 20.97. That's what I'm buying it for. I'm selling somebody the rights to buy it from me at 21, and I'm collecting a premium, and the premium is $33. Okay, so what does that mean to you? Well, it means to you, let's get the calculator out and figure out what kind of rate of return that is. All right, calculator, where are you? There you are. And here's the calculator. Clear that. The maximum profit, maximum profit, $33. Now, to find out the rate of return, you take your profits, $33, and you divide it by the amount of your investment. Okay, that's the money that you have tucked away that you want to grow. Now, you don't want to lose this money. You want to make sure you put it someplace safe. So is Intel a safe place for you to put your money? Well, for this one contract, it's $2,067. So divide that by 2,067, and that comes to a grand total of 1.59% for the week. Now I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. This trade right here is 1.59. Okay, it gives you a little leeway with the next trade. Well, what if you like, let's say AT&T, and AT&T is only offering 0.7%. Well, do you really like AT&T? Are you willing to take 0.7? Now, 0.7 for the, every single week for the whole year, well, that's still a nice number. What is it, like 40%? 30, 35, 38, somewhere in that area? But think about it. Okay, this is something you can do every single week. Okay, this is not something, set it, forget it, come back in a month. No. This is, okay, here's the thing. We're talking about your money. We're talking about I'm talking about my money. Now, see, my money, I want to look at it every single day. It's like a plant. It's like a garden. Okay, if you don't weed your garden, the weeds will take over. And you don't have to water weeds. They just grow automatically. Same thing with your money. If you don't manage your money every single day, how do you expect it to grow? How do you expect it to duplicate? How do you expect it to get big enough for you to say, you can take this job and shove it? I ain't working here no more. Okay, so anyway, this number is if it was an all-cash account. This might get a little bit confusing, but I'm going to apologize. Now, just for those that are new here, this is recorded. Every single episode I do is recorded on YouTube. So if you want to go back and say, wait, what did he say? Rewind. Yeah, it's recorded on YouTube. You can go back and look at tonight's episode tomorrow, midnight, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. If you can't sleep and it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Yeah, you can watch them over and over again. If I say something that you don't quite understand, rewind, You know what I mean. Anyway, so if this was an all cash account, this is what I'm going to be investing. 2067. But here's the thing. This account here just so happens to be a margin account. What does that mean? That means I make a lot more money. That's what it means. But margin accounts are more risk. So never do a margin, never do anything unless you totally understand it. That's probably a good train of thought. And never blindly listen to a random guy on YouTube. That's who I am. I'm just a random guy. You guys don't know me from Adam. What do I know? Okay? I just read numbers. I point at charts. I say high. I say low. I say yes. I say no. What the hell do I know? If it makes sense, great. Do it. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. But make your own educated decision. Ask questions. Never stop asking questions until you understand completely. Okay, so as I was saying, this here, 1.59% for 1 week for this trade. Actually, it's just for 3 days because the option expires on Friday. Actually expires on Saturday. You just can't do anything after 3:59 p.m. on Friday. Anyway, so this here is all cash, 2067. This here is margin. So let's see what it would look like on a margin account, on my account. So if you did it on all cash, it's 1.59. So let's clear that. The profit's still the exact same, $33 per contract divided. But on margin, I put up $1. My broker puts up $1. So now I have $2 to trade with. But that borrowed dollar is something I have to pay back, and I have to pay it back at, I think, 8% per year. So I'm borrowing money at 8% per year, but I'm making over 50% per year on someone else's money. So that works for me. But don't do it until you understand the risks, because there are risks. What happens if the stock market goes down? Well, I tell you what, some positions that I had did go down today. In one of my accounts, I got a margin call. What does that mean? That means I had to throw more money at it, because stocks go up, stocks go down. And if you have margin and the stocks go down, you got to put more money up, or you got to sell something at a loss. So don't do margin unless you understand the risks involved. Okay? So I take the $33 and I divide it by the margin requirement, $1,010. $1,010. So what I'm making on this trade is 3.26%. Okay, remember I'm saying I'm shooting for 1% per week, but on a margin account, I get higher returns. But I've learned over the years on a margin account, I gotta leave a little bit of cash there for cushion in case the stocks go the wrong way. And when I do get a margin call, well, then I look at creative ways of selling something so I don't have to put more money in. Let's keep on going. All right, so that was Intel. I do like Intel. We had something else somebody wanted to take a look at. I get back to ground zero. Here you go. Back to ground zero and back to the beginning. Here we go. Sweet Jones, what's happening? Uh-oh. All right. Dustin, thank you for that. Very nice of you. Team Snag and Whiskers wants to take a look at where do I find the information on Yahoo Finance. Okay, Yahoo Finance. Go to Yahoo Finance. You can put in whatever you want. I'm going to put in this one right here. Okay, Microsoft. I like it because the numbers look good. Okay, so he wants to see where it is. Why isn't this moving? Oh, it is. Slow internet. My goodness. We had to get a new modem today. We're having a few issues, so we had to get a new modem. All right, so on Yahoo Finance, once you put the information in, whatever chart you're looking at, whatever stock you're looking at, whatever ETF you're looking at, you see these on the left-hand side: summary, news, research, chart, community, statistics, historical data, profile, financials, and all that kind of stuff over here on the far left-hand side. So I want to look at historical data. Now, historical data, well, that tells me all the history of the company, the numbers. Okay, it gives me the dates. Okay, this right here is the dividend. So let's go back up for a second because it's not that easy. Right here, where it says historical prices. Click on that, and then I want to hit dividends only. Then I want to come over to the next tab over here, and then I want to see how many dividends do I want to see. Do I want to see 6 months? Do I want to see a year? Do I want to see 5 years? Or do I want to see all of them? Okay, that's right here. So I like to look at all the dividends, and then I want to go back, and I want to go all the way back to the very first dividend they paid out right there, 2003. Okay, and then I want to count 2003, 2004, 2005, so on and so forth. So let's take a quick look here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Each and every single year, the dividend went higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. No pullbacks whatsoever. So tells me the company's consistently profitable. If the dividend is a portion of the profits that they give back to the investors, and that's us. We are the investors. When we buy and sell stocks, we become the investors. So if the dividend keeps going up, that means they're consistently profitable. So those are the ones I want to invest in. Dividend Kings, 5 decades of increased dividends. Dividend Champions, 25 years of increased dividends. Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of dividend increase. A little different rules between the Aristocrats and the Champions, but still dividends increasing every for a minimum of 25 years. And then Dividend Contenders, 10 years to 24 years. Not quite 25, but 10 years to 24 years of increased dividends. And that's over 300 different companies. And then for the fun of it, I like to throw in Warren Buffett's list. Warren Buffett's stock list for 2025. It's good enough for Warren, good enough for me. That's what I like to look at. Alrighty. So that being said, let's see what we're looking at next. Intel, Merck. Somebody want to take a look at Merck. M-R-K. Merck. There we go. Ooh, that don't look good for long. It doesn't look good for long-term investors, but for short-term investors like me, it's just another stock. It's just another chart. I don't get too worked up about anything. Merck is on my list. They have increased their dividends consistently year after year. Okay, so a year ago, we're at 125. The high, 135, and that was back in June. And then she falls, and our bottom is in February, which is today. Today is the bottom for Merck. Well, what does that mean for us? Well, it means a lot of different things. Number one, you're going to make the most money buying low and selling high. Well, here's the funny thing about Merck. Even though they consistently increase their dividends, today is the low of the year. And look at this big gap down right here. Okay, there has to be a reason for that. Usually that reason is probably they missed earnings. Well, how do we tell? Well, let's do this for a second. Let's go to charts over here. And let's take this over to here. And zoom into that. There it is right there. Whoops, over this side. Okay. Here's your high for the 30-day period. Here's your low for the 30-day period. What is this right there? Dividend, earnings. Let's bring the cursor right there. Okay. Earnings, 169 estimated, 172 actual. Now, did you see that? Well, I'm going to pull it up again just so you can see it. Now, if you don't know The screen here behind me is live on YouTube. If you can't see it on your phone or your tablet, go in the next room, put on your big screen TV, and pull it up on the 10-Minute Trader on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's live. We're going to take a closer look at this number again. I want you to take a close look because it pops up, then it disappears. All right, right here. Earnings estimate 169. That's the estimate. The actual earnings are 172. So they beat the earnings. They thought they would get 169, but they actually got 172. They got better than expected earnings. So why the hell did the stock go down? I say this all the time. I don't like earnings reports because even I've seen earnings reports, and here's one right here. The earnings are better than what they thought they were going to be, but still the stock dropped. Why? Why would the stock drop if the earnings are better than they're supposed to be? I don't trust earnings. I like dividends. Dividends are more consistent because they're sharing profits. Now, the funny thing, a dividend stock usually goes up just before the dividend. So here's the dividend here, right? 10 days before. Here, see? Like, wait a minute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Well, let me zoom into that. That and that only. Right here to right there. There's your 10 days. Okay? Here's your earnings, your dividend. Here's 10 days prior. Not a huge move, but look. Let's bring the ticker over to here. Okay? She opened up at 95.96. 10 days before the dividend date. Okay? Now, look. You can clearly see. Okay, 95. Now let's go right up to here. Look at it. It goes all the way up to 100 right there. The stocks have a tendency to go up just before the dividend. And why the hell, if they beat the earnings, why the hell did it drop? Okay? Earnings, yeah, the stock dropped. But the dividend right here, 10 days prior to, the stock went up. That's why I like dividend stocks, and I like to buy them 2 weeks before the EX date. EX date's here, 2 weeks before, she goes up. Great, that's what I'm looking for. Now that Merck already had its dividend, no sense looking at it until the dividend comes up again in 90 days? Because they have a dividend every 90 days. Now, if I'm looking at 300 companies, and every 90 days a company has one, well, let's go to MarketWatch. Okay, look what we got. Let's go this way. Okay, one there. Look at them all. Northwest National, Fullerton, Parker Hannifin, 3M, Emerson Electric, Target, Stanley Black & Decker, Granger, CWT, something water, American Water here, Johnson & Johnson, ED. Erectile dysfunction? No. Consolidated Edison, over 200 years old. This company's over 200 years old. And they still increase their dividends. Freaking amazing. Anyway, I look at the calendar to tell me what stocks to look at and when. Because each one of these little green dots represents an EX dividend date. That means that's the last day you can trade this stock before the dividend is paid. Okay, now do I want the dividend? Nah, not really. I want the premium because the premium is usually higher than the dividend. And the premium is usually 1% of the stock price. See, look at Merck. Right now, Merck is at 86.64. So 1% of 86.64 would be 87 cents. Just 1%. All right, so if I'm buying it at 86, I sell the 87s, I'm picking up 53 here, that doesn't work. But here, look, 97, that's more than 1%. That's what I'm looking for. Now, I like Merck. It is on my list. We're going to check out the numbers in a minute. We're going to check out the chart, see if it's the right time to buy. But the numbers are working. Okay, it's currently at 86.64. The closest strike price is going to be the 86 or the 87. Not for this week because we only got 3 days left. Next week, we got 8 days. No, actually, we got 10 days. So it's giving me 97 cents, which is over 1%. And I do like Merck. But is it the right time to buy Merck? For that, Oh, we need to go back to here, to the chart. Alrighty then. A year ago, 125. We shoot up to the high at 135. That's in June. The last 90 days, right there. Here's the last 90 days. Now, on the 90-day chart, okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the direction. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Where do you think it's going next? Especially with this gap down. Gaps have a tendency to fill. What does that mean? That means this thing's going to go up and it's going to fill in this gap. It's coming right back up to this $100 area. But when? That's a good question. So here's an interesting question for you. If you make most of your money buying low and selling high, well, Merck hasn't been this low all year long. This is the lowest it's been in the last 52 weeks, the last year. I'm going to turn the fan on. Getting a little warm in here. Okay. So that being said, this right here is almost the perfect time to buy. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. Get a little closer. All right, here we go. So here's the 30-day chart. Okay, up, down, big drop, down. Now, I personally, I like 2 days to the upside before I jump into anything. So if today is the 30-day bottom right here, I want tomorrow to be higher than today. And then I want Thursday to be higher than Wednesday. So I want this thing to start going up. See, kind of like this did right here. See, 1 day higher, 2 days higher, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days to the top. That's what I'm looking for. Well, right here is today, is the bottom of the 30-day period. Maybe, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Because we need something to compare it to. Let me show you quickly. Right there. Nope. Go back. Right there. Okay, this is where we are right now. Look. That looks like the bottom, doesn't it? But we don't know because we have nothing to compare it to. So let's move this 1 day forward. 1 day forward, look at that. That's 1 day after the 30-day bottom, and it's in one up day. Not quite the indicator to jump in, but it's getting closer because I like 2 days to the upside. Okay, one more day. Okay, 2 days to the upside. See how the bottoms are getting higher? It's going up that way. That's 2 days to the upside. The third day is where I want to jump in. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for it to be right around the 97 for the next day. There you go. I would jump in on the third day. Because I like 2 days the upside. The third day is the clincher. That's where I jump in. That's me. You guys have to decide what works best for you. Now, I don't give advice. I just show you what I do. I don't tell anybody what to do. All right. So that being said, I do like Merck. The numbers look good. However, I would wait another 2 days to see what happens tomorrow and then on Thursday. Now, if tomorrow's higher, Thursday's higher, it'd be a perfect opportunity to jump in on Friday. But the numbers got to work. All right. So that was Intel. That was Merck. What else do we have? We got 72 questions. Okay, so let's go over here. Go. So Team Sag and Whiskers, I showed you where to get the information on the dividends. Okay, Mr. Underwood. Okay. On your PC, do you have the new RTX 590 running that software? I have no clue. I bought this computer like 6 or 7 years ago. I have no idea what's in it. I turn it on. It works. That's all that matters to me. Okay. I'm old school. Okay. A lot of people call me old man. A lot of people call me ancient. I even get called boomer. I'm not a boomer. Okay. I'm Gen X. Whatever that means to you guys. I come from a generation is if it works, leave it alone. So the computer works fine until the computer stops working, then I'll go get another one. Until then, I don't know what's in it. All I know is I turn it on and it does what I want it to do. All right, what else do we have? John Muse. James, can you full screen the other YouTube screen? I have two YouTube screens. This one is full screen. Just the screen alone is a full screen. The other one is me standing in front of the screen. Like that, you know. So I get two live channels on YouTube. Okay, now there's a reason why. You know, some people want to do it on their phone. Some people want to sit in front of their computer. So I have no idea what you mean by full screen, because the camera that I'm using, the camera that I'm using is pointing at me standing in front of the camera, standing in front of the screen. All right, I don't need two full screens on YouTube. Sorry. Okay, Dustin Hall, bros, taking us on a date to Yapplebee's. Okay. On your PC, you have RTX 9000 running that software. No, I have no idea what's running it. Sorry. As an FYI, the full screen is showing your audio video setup. Damn it. Thank you for that. Let me see if I can fix it. Alrighty, now I gotta fix the video. Video capture. Let's get rid of that. Okay, and let's add another video capture. Video capture. There we go. And here we have it. And yep, there we go. And there we go. Alrighty, so how does that look? Does that look better? Hypothetically, it should be better. Sweet Jones, you're welcome. New Life Management. What are the times again? I have no idea what times you're talking about. I'm here every night at 9 p.m. until 11:30. The other channel is not showing your monitor. Okay, Sweet Jones, let's check it out. How far above market price would you want to offer to sell a call? No, I just showed a couple of samples. I like to buy at the market, and I like to sell the options at the market at the exact same price I paid. So if I'm paying $86.54 on Merck, let's pull this. Let's do this. Let's move this over. Whoops. Okay, right now the current price is $86.64. If I buy the stock at $86.64, I've got two choices. One, sell the 86s, okay, and pick up $1.03. I lose 64 cents right there. Take 64 off of that. Then it's not 1%. If I do it over here, take off 64, then I am making my 1% if I do the 21, okay, the 86. Now I can also do the 87. The 87 is giving me 97 cents. That's over 1%. Okay, so you got to choose. Do I want to do the 86 in the money? Okay, it's a safer trade, or do the 87. It's more profitable, but not as safe. Okay, I like the company. Me personally, I would buy at $86.64, and I'd sell the 86s for next week. Because if the stock goes up, I'm good. Stock stays the exact same, I'm good. The stock can even come back down a little bit, and I'm still good. Still making my 1% as long as the stock stays above 86 by the 21st of February. Not this Friday, next Friday. As long as it stays above that price by next Friday, I get all my cash back the following Monday, and I get to do it again. That's what I'm looking for. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Who do we got over here? John, what's happening? Hello, John. All right, so that being said, let's move on to the next one. All right, Sweet Jones, we aren't able to follow your chart on the other channel. Okay, can you check it again? It should be fine by now. The worst thing is betrayal. Absolutely. APF. What is the financial profit of buying large amounts of sodium bicarbonate in a third world country to sell to the black single mothers? You're asking the wrong questions, dude. Historical data tab. Yep, you got it. Answer the question. Okay, the question you just asked me. What is the financial profit buying large? Okay, I'm not answering that question. It's got nothing to do with me. Okay, why do I care about buying sodium bicarbonate? It's got nothing to do with dividend stocks whatsoever. So no, I'm not going to answer that question. TNXP. All right, Tim, I got your number. Thank you. Okay, you sent it over to my Gmail. I'll give you a buzz in the morning, unless you want me to call you tonight, one or the other. TNXP. What the heck is TNXP? Anybody know what TNXP is? TNXP. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, the full screen is not showing that. Is supposed to. The other channel is not showing. Annualized Bitcoin. I don't do Bitcoin. Yep, all's good now. Good job. Good. Crypto is gambling. Thank you. I don't do cryptocurrency. KK from Arizona. What's happening? Now, there's a couple hundred people here, so let me tell you this. Is a little tidbit of information. I got a phone call from someone that got scammed by someone saying it was me. Well, I say it every single night, so I'm going to say it again. Number one, I don't do cryptocurrency. Number two, I don't do Forex. I don't do futures. I don't do quick contracts, fast contracts, whatever you call them. I only do dividend investing for weekly cash flow. That is what you see here. When I say, if you really want to talk to me, send me your phone number and I will personally, I know that may sound funny, but I will personally give you a call. Unless, of course, you live out of the country. Then we'll have to do a Zoom call, something like that. But I don't do email. I don't do text. I don't do WhatsApp. And I don't do Telegram. Okay? I'm old school. I do the telephone. You want me to call? Send me a number. I will call you. Okay? If you get an email from someone saying it's me and I got a great deal for you and I make special exceptions, nope, that's not me. I don't know how many times I need to say it. I say it every single night. I don't do crypto. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do Telegram. This is the only thing I do. Right here, right now. Okay? XRP is king. I own a lot of XRP. I've made a lot. But it's nothing like he does. We are here to learn this. Well, alrighty then, XRP king. You planning on just waiting until regulation happens for crypto or just not at all? Braden, you're absolutely 100% right. That seems to be the hype stuff to get people to buy. Okay, now Braden, think of it this way. Cryptocurrency is relatively new. Okay, it's not even 20 years old yet. The stock market has been around for over 400 years. The first dividend stock was sold in 1602. The VOC, that is the Dutch East India Shipping Company, the biggest company the earth has ever seen, until Apple kind of surpassed it. But not the point. 1602 was the first dividend stock sold. Ever since then, companies have been striving to get people to invest in their ideas. In order to do that, you get two opportunities. One, sharing the profits through dividends, or sharing the future growth. So you need to ask yourself a question, and it's going to be directly related to the age you currently are. It's nothing to do with old people, young people, nothing like that. Are you looking for capital appreciation? Do you want your money to grow, or are you looking for cash flow? Weekly cash that you can take out of your trading account every single week and have the account continue to grow slowly but still be able to take money out. It's a huge difference. Cash flow, capital appreciation. If you're looking for capital appreciation, you are in the wrong place. You're wasting your time. I don't do that. I'm 61 years old. I'm not giving advice here. I'm sharing what I do. And I'm not doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for my children and my grandchildren, who at this moment in time is only 5 years old. He's got no clue. But I'm hoping at some point in time when I am not here, he can go back and look at all of the videos that I did one day at a time. And this is the education that I'm passing along to my children and grandchildren. And hopefully, whatever comes next after that. That being said, you guys are lucky to be here to get the fruits of all the crap I've learned over the years. So watch along. If you want to, you can actually copy the trades that I do. You do the same ones. I don't give advice. I don't tell people what to do. I'm just documenting what I am doing, answering questions for those that are interested. So let's keep on going. Do I trade REITs? New Life Management. Yes, I do. A few of them. And Braden, to answer your question, yes, I love the idea of cryptocurrency. I hate the fact that if I want to transfer money from one account to another, it's going to take 3 to 5 days. I hate the fact that if I want to transfer money from one account to another, I got to pay a fee. I hate that shit. I do, with a passion. However, there's no safe, predictable, consistent way to trade crypto at this moment in time. Until it happens, no for me. Because I can't take Bitcoin and go buy a donut at the donut shop with it. Can't do it. Okay? Anyway, let's stick to what we're here for and what we're looking for. All right? Safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. All right, what else do we have for questions here? Best father, grandfather. Hey, thank you, XRP King. All right. I appreciate that. I do. I like to set an example. Now, granted, my children very seldomly watch anything that I do. Because you know how it is. Children don't want to get associated with what their parents do. Because I know my father offered me his business. I said, Dad, that has no interest to me whatsoever. Because I used to work with my dad. I'd go to work. It was dark. It was dark when I went to work. When I came home, it was dark. The whole day was gone. Here, I can work 15, 20 minutes a day, make the same amount of money, or sometimes more, and then have the rest of my day to do what I want. Now, I felt kind of bad because my dad spent 20, 30 years building his business. But it's his interest. It's like my children have no interest in money at the moment. But they're getting there. Okay? Now, I gave my children a lot growing up. Anyway, besides the point, let's keep on moving along. All right, let's keep on keeping on. All righty. That's all the questions right there from YouTube. So let's go on over here to TikTok and answer some of these questions. What dividend yield am I looking for? Okay, now, I already told you. Wow, I missed a lot of these questions. Let's see what we got for questions here. La 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 la. Freddie's here. Simone's here. Jeff's here. Sherry Boyd. How are you, Sherry Boyd? Nah, Kagdala, my Fräulein. Okay, Simone. Luigi. I like the way you spelled that. Luigi. That's what I need. New Life Management. Cool. Roper Gray, what's happening? All right. Let's keep on going. Lindarella, how are you doing? Chasing Jack, good afternoon. Fresha, we already looked at Intel. What dividend yield am I looking for? Mr. Cordero, I don't look at dividend yields. You're going to find there's new terminology you're looking at. Okay, now I understand, okay, before you got here, everybody always said to you, well, that gives you a yield of X amount, or this annual percentage rate, or this is what you're going to pay annually. Yeah, I don't do that here. I look for weekly returns. I invest my money on Monday. I like to be out on Friday. It doesn't always work that way, but that's my intention. And I show in my morning trade group. Now, I have a lot of stuff to sell. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I do have a morning trading group for professional traders, for those that want to step up their game and be around a group of people that all have the same goal in mind. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who want to have the same goal in mind. Yeah, you got to pay a fee in order to join us because it's a commitment to yourself, not to me. I really don't care about your money, seriously. Okay? Most people say, well, if you don't care about money, why are you asking for it? I'm not asking for it for me. I'm asking it for you. Because if I give you the information, you're not going to value it. If I make you pay for it, those who pay attention. That's the only reason why I'm charging for it. Those who pay attention. Right? So I don't give them information away for free. It makes me feel like all the years that I went through to learn all this stuff was for nothing because you guys don't value it. So anyway, that being said, every morning we do trading. All right? We look for a simple, safe, predictable way to get 1% every single week. Now that is over 50% per year. Do a flip. Believe it or not, I can actually do a flip. I'm 61 years old. I can still walk on my hands. I can still do a cartwheel. I can still do all that kind of stuff. I still play soccer, run around and act like a freaking idiot. Okay, what's up, Buddy King? How are you today? I purchased Tesla at 424. Now is 327. What can I do now? Terribly sorry, dude. I don't do Tesla. And the reason why I don't do Tesla is because Tesla does not have dividends. They do not share their profits. If they don't share their profits, how am I supposed to know when it is going to move? Now, a dividend stock, you can look just before the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. Doesn't go up big. I just need it to go up just a tiny bit because I'm only looking for 1% for the week. That's it. Once it makes that move, great. I take my 1% and I move on to the next one. Okay, King, you want to take a look at LYB? I have no idea what that is. Came to India. Namaste. Namaste? Jack, the Beanstalk. I'm actually Ken Griffin. What system do you use? Okay, Jack, I use a system called Dividend Capturing 2.0. You probably never heard of it because I created it for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. It was a simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way that she could lose strategy specifically designed for my daughter. Now, those of you who are new here, okay, you haven't seen this yet, so let's pull her up and see the princess herself. Here it is, and let's go to, where is it, that right there? There it is, right there.
Hi, I'm JC, and me, as you being part of my internet website called Timmy, which my dad doesn't let me call me that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading.
That's the princess. And here's me right there. 1 minute 47 seconds. That's me. Believe it or not, I still got that damn t-shirt. I still have that t-shirt. This is my favorite part. Ready?
Seriously. I'm taking just one company per month. Just one. January, February, March, that's 12.
You're going to hear me say the exact same thing. Listen.
12 different companies for the whole year and still make over 20% a year. And it's easy. One trade a month. Who can't do one trade a month? But, you want to pump it up a little bit? Let's do 2 trades a month. 20 days. 20 days in the month of January? You do 2. 1 every 10 days. Okay, so you get 2 January, 2 February, 2 March. Blah, 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 blah. 24 for the whole year. And you're getting at least 2%.
Listen.
50% per year. That's cool.
That was 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Why is that there? Okay, I want to get out of that one. All right, there we go. Let's get out of that. Let's go back to here. Okay. So that was my daughter, and that was me 15 years ago. Doing the exact same thing I'm doing here. Showing you simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. You heard me say it. 15 years ago, I said 50% per year. Yes, I was getting 50% per year back then. Anyway. Namaste. All right. Hello. Okay. Where are you, bro? I'm in St. Petersburg. Hello from Australia. What's the highest dividend percentage in the world? Don't know, don't care. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the best dividend, what do you call it? rate of return. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency of profitability. Okay? Now, I don't care if you have the absolute highest dividend this year. You may not have it next year or the year after. There's no possible way you can have the highest dividend yield every single year for 50 years. Can't do it. At least I don't think so. Could, maybe, I don't know. But what I'm looking for are companies that are consistently profitable. Okay, I'm not looking for huge profits. I'm looking for a well-run, oiled machine. A company that is consistently profitable year after year after year. Because, worst case scenario, if and when the stocks go down, because they do, they go up, they go down. Don't kid yourself that they don't. See, AT&T, it went up, it went down. It went up, it went down. It went up, it went down. Now it's up here. Eventually, it's going to come back down again because that's what happens. They go up, they go down. So I'm looking for consistency of profitability. I'm not looking for the highest yield. Sorry. Jack, 2008, nice, lots of money was lost. Yep, I lost a bunch too. If you bought and held, made that year, our hedge funds made out with credit default swaps after we caught the scent of what was brewing. All right, Jack, that works. All right. She'd we hear? Hello, just getting into options. Me too. Jason Flannery, I like Coca-Cola. Okay, Coca-Cola, yes. Nvidia, no. Now, the reason why I don't like Nvidia, and you do, because I do my research, and apparently you don't. Okay, the dividends for Nvidia are 1 penny per share. You're paying $130 or more per share. The book value is $1.74. So you're paying $140 for a $1.74 stock. The dividend is 1 penny. That's it. So Nvidia, no. Yeah, it's the next hottest thing, but for how long? Okay. If you want consistent dividends, why don't you put money into T-bill or bill, or dare I say TLT? TLT isn't going to be beaten down forever. Uh-oh. Here's somebody. T-bill. T-B-I-L. Oh, U.S. Treasuries. Yeah, they're paying 5%. Yeah. See, something that you're not quite understanding. A 5% T-bill, great. You have 5% per year. 5% per year. I'm not quite sure you're understanding the correlation here. I'm getting 1% a week. 1% a week is 50% per year. So I'm kind of curious why you think 5% is better than 50%. Now, I don't mind doing 10 to 15 minutes a day. I mean, yeah, I get up, I shave, I shower, I make breakfast, take out the trash, blah, that kind of crap. And then I sit in front of my computer for 10 to 15 minutes. I look at my money. What is it doing? What did I get this week? Where is it at? Where is it going? It takes me 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. I do not sit in front of my computer. Okay? Today I was playing with my fish tank. When I say a fish tank, I'm not talking fish tank. I'm talking fish tank. I could actually get into this tank and swim in this thing. It's it's totally unrealistically huge. It is. Anyway, when I'm done with it, it's all set up, I will show you a picture. I'll actually broadcast from in front of the aquarium because the aquarium is this tall, and I cannot reach both sides. That's how big this sucker is. But that's what I was doing today. What's the matter? All right, so hold on a second. So, Jack, I want to take a look at this. T-bill. Yeah, hell no. 5%, no. Doesn't work for me. Okay, next. You said BIL. What the heck is BIL? Hell no. That's a monthly also. And then you said TLT. TLT. Okay, TLT. What is that? iShares 20 plus year T-bill. Okay, 88. Well, let's take a gander. How consistently has this thing increased its dividend payments? TLT. TLT. Okay. So, I give anybody the benefit of the doubt. You want T-bills, make 5% a year, have at it. iShares 20-year treasury bonds. Okay. Dividends only. Let's go all the way back to 2000. Just for the fun of it. 2000, that would be 20 years, or 2005. All right, 2005. Here we go. 20 years. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what they look like. 2005, 28, 33, 35, 33. Wait a minute, that went backwards. Isn't it supposed to increase, not go backwards? So from 35 to 33, it did. Okay, it's not huge, but it's still backwards. 35, 33, backwards again. 36, 40, 39, backwards again. 38, backwards again. 32, backwards again. 33, 34, 35, 30, backwards again. 36, 34, backwards again. 32, 30, 33, 32, backwards again. 34, 36, 35, backwards. 39, 38, backwards. 36, backwards. 33, backwards. How the hell can you tell me that's a good investment? Seriously. It's going up. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's not consistency of profitability. That's up, down, up, down, up. No, I don't. It boggles my mind why people don't understand what consistency of profitability means. MSFT. Let me just show you what consistency of profitability looks like. Hold on. All right, here we go. You ready? 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. That is consistency of profitability. That means every single year they make more and more and more and more money. Why the hell would I put my money into anything that goes up, down, up, down? No, you're not listening. And that's okay. You want to do it, perfectly fine. I gave you gave me something to look at. I gave you my opinion. My opinion is, for me, hell no. I like consistently profitable companies. Companies that are run by somebody or some people that consistently make good choices so that the profits are higher and higher and higher and higher. There's a company called GPC, Genuine Parts Corporation. They have 7 decades of increased profitabilities. That's 70 years. That's longer than I've been alive. Every single year, the number gets higher and higher and higher. Why the hell would I want to put my money into something that's not consistently going up? I don't think there's anything you can say to make me change my mind. Okay, there's a reason why the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. It just does. I like companies that are consistently profitable. I just do. I don't like companies that aren't. Let's go on to the next one. I'm just wasting my time on here. Hey, what's the matter? Rama, how are you? Don't know. But if you stick with gold, physical form, okay, I get it. Okay, Jason, I understand you like gold. Wonderful, lovely. Gold is nothing more than a paperweight. You buy it, it sits there, it does absolutely nothing. It retains value. It's a store of value. No income from it whatsoever. Terribly sorry. Okay? You can't. Not going to. What is the highest dividend stock? Don't know. What should I buy? Okay, Kryptonite 77. I can't tell you what to buy. I know absolutely nothing about you. But if you want to have a conversation, send me your phone number. I'll give you a call and we can chat. This might not be right for you. because it's not right for everyone. It's slow, it's boring, it's monotonous, it's the same stocks over and over and over again. And there's a reason why it's the same stocks over and over and over again. Okay? I'm an old fart, okay? 61, retired. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I'm buying a stock and it gives me 1, 2, 3% every single week, well, why the hell would I look at something else? Especially something that's not consistently profitable. I love to see that tank. KK, I'll show you some pictures as soon as it's done. Okay, and don't think you can go out and buy one of these things. This is custom made. And I know the person who made it personally, and I can tell you for a fact, there ain't no amount of money anyone's going to be able to come up with to buy one of these fish tanks just like this one. But I'm going to show you pictures of when I'm done. When it's done, I'll actually do a live show right in front of it, and you get to see it. It'll be kind of interesting. Yes, Tezjet, St. Petersburg, United States. I've been to St. Petersburg in Russia. A nice place. All right, Jack, yeah. It tracks the long-term government bond markets. Those are monthlies too. Yeah, I have no desire to do monthlies because you can't get weekly cash flow from a monthly optionable stock unless you sit in front of the computer and just stare at it all day long. Yeah, no thank you. I get better things to do with my time. Invest Right, how are you? Haven't seen you in a couple of days. Jack wants to take a look at Napa. Is Napa? Napa. Let's take a look at Napa. N-A-P-A. Oh, sorry, dude. Napa is a monthly. Okay, monthly basically that means you can trade it once a month. Options. Now, I do stock options against dividend stocks because it just works. You know, it's just one of those things. It just works, so why not? Ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, Tezjet, GPC, Genuine Parts Corporation. Yeah, okay. But Genuine Parts Corporation, they're a monthly also. I don't trade that one either, even though it's a great company. Of course it's a store of value. I found 11 grams last week, so I live off of it and stack it. Yep, good for you. I'm new here. How do I get a part of your class was speaking of earlier? Okay, send me your number. I'll give you a buzz. Now, I'm not going to try to sell you anything when I give you a call. I just tell you what we're doing and you make up your own mind. But seriously, you can ask anybody in the comments, does he call? Does he try to sell something? I don't try to sell anyone anything. If you want something, fine. It's there to buy. But I'm not trying to sell you anything. L Money, look up. Okay. Do you have TikTok? Yes, I do. How much do you charge for a private call? Ooh, what's my number? No. You got to send me your number. See, you're on YouTube. If you look deep enough on YouTube, my phone number is on YouTube. But you got to look deep. It's not easy to find. Okay? It just all depends on how serious you really want to talk to me. It's easier just to send me your number, but you can look it up because it is there. Jason, any good oil dividends? Living in Golden Triangle in Vic. Vic. Gold at my doorstep. What type of fish? It's going to be freshwater fish because I just don't want to deal with salt water. Sorry. Had too much of that when I looked up. Have we looked at 3M today? Well, let's take a look at 3M right now. Now, we did a lot of 3M last year until it dropped. So I'm going to say no to 3M at this moment in time. Look at where it is. Okay? Way too close to the high of the year. What usually happens at the high of the year, low, look at the bottom right here. 127. It jumps up to 155. That's a 20, almost a 20% increase. Okay, 20% increase. Yeah, this is going to be profit taking. And this is not enough profit taking. $5? Yeah, no. It's going to come down a little bit further. So I like 3M, I do. But I'm going to wait for the profit taking. Victoria, you're in Canada. Okay. How much are stocks on Nike, Addis, and Walmart? Oh, Nike, Adidas, and Walmart. Oh, smiley. Is X overbought or is it going to keep up? All right, we're going to take a look at Nike first. NKE. I got some. I don't have any Nike. Now I had Nike here. Okay, remember down towards the Olympics. Okay, thing dropped. I bought some down here. I sold it when it went up. I do keep an eye on it. We're right here right now. Here's the high. Here's the low. Look at the movement down sideways. Big drop sideways. Now we're at 71.34. The 71.34s. The 72s. 52 cents. Not quite looking good for this week. But for next week, the 72s, 85. So yeah, it's a great contender for next week. So let's take a look. What does it look like? Oh, Victoria, Australia. Jason, sorry, dude. Didn't mean to insult you. Okay, there's a Victoria in Canada. There's a Victoria in Australia. I'm sure there's a Victoria somewhere here in the United States. Easy to get mixed up. Okay, you said Vic. VIC. I have no idea what that means. All right, closest to me is Victoria. All right, sorry. Didn't mean to insult you. Okay, so let's take a look. A year ago was the high of the year for Nike. That's 107. Well, look what happened here on the end of June. She goes from 93 and drops all the way down to 76. That was a big drop. Well, that's where I jumped in. I jumped in right about here at 73. Where she dropped, she turned around, decided to go back up again. That's where I jumped in. And then she kept on going low. I said, oh, damn it. But she eventually went back up, and I did make my money off of it. All right, so for the last 90 days, the last 3 months, last 3 months. I hate it when that happens. There you go. Last 90 days, the last 3 months. What I want to see here is the same thing. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? What's the movement? Down, up, down, up, down. Now it's coming back up again. We have 2 days to the upside after the 30-day bottom. Perfect opportunity to jump in if it makes sense. Well, I'm going to take a better look to see what it does. But there's the pattern. Down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. Now she's going back up again. That's basically what it looks like. So last 30 days, right there, same thing. Look, down here, she shoots up. Here's your high, 79. Now it's down to 69. It's a $10 drop. That's over 10%. That's like 11 or 12% drop. Okay, 2 days to the upside. That's what I think, for me, is a perfect time to jump in. For me. You guys got to figure out what's right for you. Before we move on, let's take a look at seasonality. For those you don't know what seasonality is, it is basically looking at how does a stock move throughout the year. Regardless of the price, what is the actual movement? January 1st, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, December 31st. It gives you the whole year. The red line is 10 years worth of data. The blue line down here, that's this year's movement. Okay, January, now we're into February, then March, April, all the way so on and so forth. But this area right here is what we want to look at. So let's zoom in a little closer. Get a little closer. Alrighty. So here's where we are right now. Okay, that's pretty plain to see, right? Here's where we are now. 211, the 11th day of February. Going to go sideways, up a little tiny bit towards the week 3. And then the 4th week of February, she starts to drop. So we got the next 2 weeks to take advantage of this Nike situation. Let's move back over here. Let's change this. Change this back to standard. Okay, let's do a 71. Yeah. Let's do a sample trade. 71, Nike. Covered stock. 71 for next week, right there. Okay, one contract. Market order. That way it fills instantaneously first thing in the morning. Here's what it sounds like. Buy one covered call, Nike 100. That's the weekly option. 21 February 25. That's not this Friday. That is next Friday. Now, this Friday is only 3 days left. It doesn't really make sense to do it this week. Next week, it's 10 days, so you get 10 days of time value. The 71 call strike against the Nike stock at the market to open. That's the order right there. There's the break even, 69.82. Well, the stock is currently at 71.34. Well, break even is 69.82. So anything over 69.82 come next Friday, well, I'm going to be in a profit. Okay? If it's over 71, I'm going to make my maximum profit, which is 117. Okay? So if 117, remember when I say simple, safe? Now, a covered call is simple, and it's very safe. It's one of the safest trading strategies there is. And you already know. Simple, safe, predictable. I already know what I'm making before I even do it. Consistent. I can do it every single week. Okay, this is 21 February, which is next Friday. And I can do 28 February. Then I can do 7 March. Then I can do 14 March. Then I can do 21 March. I can do every 7 days and consistently pick up 1 or 2% every single week. Gold ETF stocks, I love them. Can't help you out with that, dude. I don't. Jason, probably one in England too. Yeah, probably. Google stock is overvalued, a good short. Okay, see, I don't do Google because Google has only been paying dividends for, I think, 1 year, 2 years. So I'll be looking at Google in about 18 years, or if, and only if, Warren Buffett starts buying it. Because if it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. Am I going to do all my research? No. Don't even want to be bothered. Smiley. So I should pull my stocks wins? I didn't say that at all, Smiley. Be better if it was right way around and not showing backwards. Oh, thoughts on Toyota. Sorry, Toyota's going to be no. Jason, terribly sorry. On TikTok, everything is normal because YouTube doesn't give me the ability to reverse the camera. Facebook, exact same thing. Doesn't give me the ability to flip the camera. Neither does, what the hell is that? Instagram. Same thing. Everything's back. TikTok is the only one that allows me to reverse the camera so everything looks normal. Okay? Yes, screen mirrored. Yeah, you can't do that on the screen that I have. And if you can, I don't know how to do it. All right, glad it's okay with you there, Mark. Let's keep on keeping on. So Toyota is no. They no. You take a look at the chart and then you tell me you like that. No, sorry. All righty. Let's get out of here, and we're going to go on to the next company and answer some more questions. And here we go. All righty. So, King, what's up? All right. So, Yaz in Bossman. I can't help you out with Tesla, dude. I told you I don't do that. King wants to take a look at LYB. I have no idea what that is. LYB. Now, usually, if I have no idea what it is, it's usually going to be a no. And the reason why this is a no, I tried to tell you before, weekly options only. Okay? This is a monthly. February, March, April, June, September, January, March. Yeah, those are monthly. Means I can only trade it once a month. That once a month doesn't work for me because they're not giving 5%. 78.29. The closest one's going to be the 80. It's paying 15 cents. 15 cents on an $80 stock is not 5%. Because you got, 4%, because you got 4 weeks in the month of March. March. Between now and the next one's 38 days. Okay, so that's 5 weeks. Okay, that's not even 0.5%. That's 0.25%. And I got to hold it for, no. The numbers just don't work for monthlies. And I don't know why people don't understand when I say I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Fresha! He don't. That's right. Can you check APA? Ooh, Jack, I like Apache. APA, it is on my list, and I bought it many times. Ooh, check that out right there. Did you see that? It takes you 3 seconds. 3 seconds to look at a 1-year chart. You're looking for 5 things and 5 things only. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's not that difficult. Okay, I can get my 5-year-old grandson come in here. Hey, buddy, where's the high? It's right there, Papa. It's not that difficult. Adults have a tendency to make things more complicated than they need to be. Okay, so the chart looks okay. I love this right here. The last couple of days. That looks awesome. I want a close look. But before I waste my time on it, what do the numbers look like? Is it going to be worth my while to take a look at it? 27.87. The closest strike price to 27.87. 28. Okay, 27.87. 28. No. I hate it when they do this. Sorry. Back up for a second. The bid, the ask. The bid, 22.37. The ask, 27.87. Nope, that ain't right. I hate it. Now, every once in a while, a market maker will do that just to mess with us. I'm sick. That's what I think. I think they do it just to mess with us. Because during the day, there's a 1 to 2 penny difference between the bid and the ask. So why the hell is it so big here? Because the market maker likes to mess with us. The last trade, 23.31, so we'll be looking at the 23.50 right here. 26, great. 3 days, that's more than 1%. Okay, fine. However, these numbers are all going to change first thing tomorrow morning. 9:30 hits, you hear the bell, ding, 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 ding. All these numbers are going to change. But the math in the equation stays the exact same. What am I buying it for? What is the closest strike price to it? And what premium am I collecting? And it's usually 1% or more. 1% or more every single week. I mean, think about this. If I'm going to buy it at 23.31, and I'm selling somebody the rights to buy it from me at 23.50 for this Friday, well, I'm picking up more than 1%. If it's above my strike price, well, somebody will buy it from me and I'll have all my money back come Monday. If not, I will keep that money, that premium right here, that 1% or more, and then I will own the stock Monday, and I will do it again Monday, because this is this Friday, this is next Friday, this is the Friday following, and I can do it every single Monday, every single Friday, every single week. I can do a covered call on any position that I own. I want a simple, safe, predictable income on a weekly basis. Okay? There's always someone. Always someone. So let me finish up with APA first, and then I want to take a look at this guy. He has no name, but he says, I'm 18, I'm putting $20 a week into VOO. Is that too little, or should I be more? I feel bad. Number one, you're 18, and I'm about to pick on your ass in about 2 seconds. Okay? Don't feel bad. Welcome to adulthood. Not everyone's going to be nice to you. There are no safe spaces. If you do something stupid, we're going to tell you. Now, I'm not telling you it's stupid. I think it's great that you're 18 and you're putting money away every week. I think that's awesome. Where you're putting it, I think you're uneducated about it. And there's nothing wrong with being uneducated, because I myself at 18 was also uneducated. I had no idea what I was doing at 18. You at least are looking. You're curious. And that's a good thing. Because curiosity makes you ask questions. The more questions you ask, the better answers you get. And then the better you get at asking better questions. Because the hold on a second. The quality of your questions is going to be directly related to the quality of your life. You ask a crappy question, you're going to get a crappy answer. You're going to have a crappy life. You ask a better answer. You ask a better question, you get a better answer. Okay, that makes you ask another better question. You keep asking better questions all the time. Eventually, you're going to have a great life if you keep asking the right, good, quality questions. But VOO, I'm going to show you something about VOO that whoever told you to buy that crap didn't tell you. So I'm going to hopefully give you an aha moment. So sit tight. We're going to finish up with Apache first, and then we're going to take a look at VOO. So let's go. All right, so Apache, here's the high and the low. We already did all that. All these numbers look good. Great. Look at the last 90 days. What is it doing? Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's plain as day. Here's your high. Here's your low. The low, she shoots up, gets to a high. And you get people like me say, oh, it's my profits. Let me sell it and take my profits. And that's what happens. She drops, gets to a certain point, and she goes back up again. We're going to take a closer look at that. We got a question over here. Johnny sent a request to be in your live. Now, Johnny, I would really love to have you here. But before I invite anybody online, I like to have a personal conversation on the phone first, just to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Because I don't want to talk about NASCAR. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about religion. I definitely don't want to talk about network marketing. Okay? Dividend investing only. So if you really want to be on the live, I have no problem with that. Send me a number. I'll give you a call. Maybe tomorrow, the next night, or the next night. I will invite you on. I only invite people that I've actually talked to. Alrighty? Don't take it personally. Okay? Where were we? Okay, so Apache, this is the last 90 days. Makes perfect sense. Look at the direction. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's the last 90 days. That's the pattern. Now let's go to the last 30 days. So the last 30 days is just 4 weeks ago. 4 or 5 weeks ago. That's it. Look, up, down, up. How simple is that? Where's it going next? It's going up. Well, here's the high right here. The high was here. That's when they started taking profits. So more than likely, once it gets back up here again, they'll probably take profits again. Well, it's right here now on its way up. Well, stocks have a tendency to repeat themselves. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. And what do you think they have to do after that? They go up, they go down. And then, well, they go up and they don't do anything else. They don't come to your house and make you dinner. They don't wash the dishes. They don't take the dog for a walk. They go up, they go down. That's it. If you expect them to do anything else, you're sadly mistaken. All right. APA, 2331. Those are the numbers. Let's take a look. What does APA normally do this time of year? Normally. Is it guaranteed? No, nothing's guaranteed. The only guarantees in life, are you ready for this? I came up with this myself. The only things in life that are guaranteed are death, taxes, and disappointment. I like that last one, disappointment. Yep, almost guaranteed that you're going to be disappointed at something, at someone, at some time in your life. And death and taxes are there also. All right, so here's the Apache. Look what it normally does. January, she spikes up nicely. March, big drop. That's the bottom of the year for March. Okay, then back up, back down, back up, back down. So it's great if it was this simple and this consistent. So where are we right now? We are right here. And I want to look at that right there in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so here we are with Apache. Apache's going to have a little bit of a bump up this week. And then hypothetically go down and shoot back up by the second week of March. Now, is that guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed at all. This just shows us what happened last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, the year before, so on and so forth. 10 years worth of information all into one chart. Gives us an idea of what it does. Now, the only thing it's good for, it gives you some kind of a clue. Well, if the company does the same thing over and over and over again, well, you would think that last January is going to be the same as this January, which is the same as January 3-4 years ago. The same things going on. Okay? Yeah. All right. So that's the way I like about the seasonality chart. It gives me an idea of what the stock normally does. Now, The current position, the current movement, the current trend, see? Trending down, turning around, trending up. So going up is the current trend at this moment. The trend is your friend right up to the end, because she's going to keep going up until she's done. Is she going to tell you when she's done? Nope. She's going to go up, turn around, go back down. And you're going to say, oh, here's the top. Now it's coming back down again. It's actually that simple. Okay? Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Investing's really not that difficult. Okay? Stay with a good company. That's number one. A good company. Consistency of profitability. That's for me. You guys got to figure out what's best for you. If you like NVIDIA, fine. If you like Tesla, fine. If you like Netflix, wonderful. But make sure you're okay with whatever it does. Alrighty then, let's take a look at VOO. Now, I think it is great that you are consistently dropping $20 a week in every single week. But here's the thing. You're throwing it into a piece of crap in my humble position. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of you out there say, oh, but VOO is so wonderful. Yeah, well, let's take a look at it and see exactly how wonderful VOO actually is. Okay? It's a weekly, so it means you can do weekly options every week. That's good. Look at the price tag. $556 per share. And it's at the high. Why the hell are you buying something at the high of the year? That doesn't make sense. Okay, you should wait for it to turn around, come back down again, and then as she turns around, so look, up, down. Okay, went up, profit taking. Here she turned around, went back up, back down, profit taking, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up, down. What do you think it's going to continue doing? It's going to do the same thing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all stocks do. If you like it, watch it. It makes a predictable move every single time. All right, so let's keep on moving forward. Are you ready? Now, if I'm going to do this, all right, what's next week looks like? The current price is $5.56. So my 1% would be $5.56. So $5.55, go for $5 to 5K. $5.57, not quite there, not quite here. Because if I'm buying it at $5.56, the closest one's going to be the $5.55. I'm losing $1.30. You take $1.30 off of this, now I'm making $4.20. $4.20 is not 1%, but $4.20 to $4.60. So you might get it. You might. But this is why I don't like it. Now, just because that looks okay, hold on a minute. Remember I told you it's always good to have a financial website to find out information that's not readily available? Well, let's take a look at VOO. VOO. Now, I'm going to show you how consistently profitable VOO isn't. Okay, you ready for this? Here you go, VOO. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. And look at that. 2010, which means there's only 15 years of dividends. I didn't say dividend increases because I want you to listen closely. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Very first one, 56. Second one, 53. Well, that's backwards. You're starting here, and the very second payout is lower. Why is the second payment lower than the first payment? That's going backwards. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, but hold on. It gets worse. It really does. 56, 53, backwards. 54, 57, 58, 69, 57, backwards. 64, 69, 94, 67, backwards. 74, 79, 91, 78, backwards. 81, 88, 98, 90, backwards. 95, 109, 101, backwards. 101. 95, backwards. 88, backwards. 130, 1, backwards. 101, 118. 108 backwards, 116, 121, 129, 146, 139 backwards, 130, 143, so on and so forth. You go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No consistency of profitability whatsoever. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Why the hell would you want to do this? But wait, it actually gets worse. It does. They're not consistently profitable. Only 15 years of dividends, not increasing, but dividends, okay, but they don't increase. Here's where it gets worse. You ready? Go with a summary. Now, this is important. I don't understand why people don't look at this before they buy anything. All right? Here you go. Here's the detailed information. Vanguard S&P 500 ETF VOO. $556.65. Do you see that number right there? Yield. Yield. That is the rate of return you're getting for VOO. You are investing $20 a week to earn 1.2%. Not for the week, not for the month, not for the quarter, a year. 1.24% per year. Why the hell would you think that's a good thing? Seriously. You can put your money into government T-bills and get 5%. You can put money into a high-yield savings account and get 4.5%. You're putting your money into VOO and you're getting 1.24%. And you think that's good? Whoever sold you that saw you coming, buddy. Terribly sorry. Okay, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, I know how you younger people get their feelings hurt easily. Okay, when you become an adult, other adults really don't care about your feelings. And I'm terribly sorry to hear that. I'm the one telling you that. All right, thanks for the info. Jason Flattery dropped $100,000 into Bitcoin on its low of 25. Okay. When I sell, I'm looking for ways to secure more profit of other things. Was dumb luck with Bitcoin. Still a newbie in this. Okay, take your time, Jason. No hurry. I understand your method. Cool beans. Notification, Washington. System permanent ban will occur if live video does not end in 1 minute. Well, cool. Well, let's end the video and restart it. Here we go. Okay, don't go away. Just sign back in. We're going to end it and then reboot. Doesn't bother me. All right. Don't ask me why they're asking me to reboot this. It is what it... Holy shit, 1,000 people. Cool beans. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's go here. No, it's not made for bloody children. And let's do live. So we have a new live. All right, here we go. Ready? And there we have it. It's a new stream. Apparently the system said, if I don't quit in a minute, it's going to terminate it. So what the hell? Close it down. Let's reboot it. Same thing. All right. So hopefully that didn't hurt your feelings. Okay, because there's no name with your, what do you call it? With your little entry here. It says, I'm 18. I'm putting $20 a week into VOO. Is that too little or should I do more? Okay, it's going to be definitely up to you. Okay, it depends on how you're investing your money. I'm not going to tell you not to invest in VOO. If it works for you, fine, do it. If it doesn't work for you, there are other companies out there that are better. Okay, I think Coney is probably better than VOO. And the dividends are freaking ridiculous. But how long can I do that? Where do you look for dividends? Chris, hope you got a pen and paper ready. Chris, you ready? You ready? Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Google. In the Google search, you put in Dividend Kings List 2025. That will give you about 54 companies that are consistently increasing their dividends for 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats List 2025. Dividend Champions List 2025. Dividend Contenders List 2025. Then you can do Warren Buffett's list, and any other trader that you respect and you like to follow. So I just asked ChatGPT a simple question and find what you're talking about in 5 seconds. Hey, Jim. Alrighty then. There is a dividend calendar. Crispy. Yes, there is. You can actually go to again, Google and say dividend, EX dividend calendar. And there'll be a whole bunch of them pop up. You find one that works best for you. Or, let me get out of there. Or you can just go to Thinkorswim, because Thinkorswim has a calendar right there. Okay, and then you can insert whatever stocks you want into the calendar. Now, I have certain stocks that I look at. Okay, now I've been doing this for over almost 20 years, and I've accumulated a nice list of companies that I like, and I consistently do the same ones over and over again. Mr. Abu, bro, how much are you worth? More than I was yesterday. How's that for an answer? Some people will say I'm worth nothing. Some people would say I'm worth millions. All depends on who you listen to and the context of the conversation. All right, King, we already looked at LYB. All right. Hello. Exactly like George Floyd. I have no idea why you would compare me to George Floyd. But okay. Thoughts on Toyota, we looked at that one. We looked at seasonality for Merck. What is the ticker for Merck? MRK. Are you a crack stockhead? No. You are like you're from the 80s movie. Well, thank you for that, I think. What's your favorite consistent company for those over 20 years? Ooh. I got a whole bunch of those. You talk and look like from an 80s movie. Okay. I think he's trolling. Oh, big text. I hope he's not. I bet he lost all his money in shares. I have no idea why you'd say that. Okay. Petrol. It is a compliment. Thank you. I'm not trolling. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what we have over here. What strike price do you aim to sell? I like to do at the money. Wherever I'm buying, I like to do the option at the same price. Okay, Big 10 Ben, I don't do penny stocks. Sorry. James, when and if you get a chance, can you take it OGN? They are super low PE, 7% yield. All right, Big 10 Ben, hold on a second. What's my real job? Oh, my goodness. I retired November 23. So this is a hobby for me. Okay? I come and do this a couple hours a night, share my knowledge, and document my journey for my children and my grandchildren, and hopefully my great-grandchildren. So hopefully they will be more interested than my children are. My children have no interest in money whatsoever, but they're getting there. Okay, see, me and the ex-wife, we spoiled them. We gave them everything they wanted, almost. And then it got to a certain point, all right, you're adults now, you figured out yourself. They don't know the value of $1 yet, but they're getting there. And eventually, I'm hoping, if and when I'm gone, I'll have all this information available for them to see, well, how did Dad do it? Well, this is how Dad did it. So watch the videos. It's right there in front of you. Okay. Bros from Ancient Times. Thank you, Ancient Times. Lovely. He's addicted to trading. No, I'm not. I just trade on a daily basis. That's it. Okay. I have an interest in what my money does. Okay. You have two choices. You can do it yourself, or you can give that responsibility to someone else. So if you don't work, what do you do all day? Well, bros rip off Donald Trump. Okay, baby oil activities. Oh, okay, you're welcome. If you're talking about money, where is your suit? I want to see a suit. Oh, hold on a second. Hold that thought. There you go. I'll wear a suit inside. Who wears a suit at night? Anyway, I'll be honest. I wish you were my dad. Yeah, no, you don't. I was extremely strict, and my kids hated me because I grew up in a point where if you did something wrong and you got your ass whooped, you did. The wife wasn't so much. She didn't like the discipline, so we had an agreement. When it came time to disciplining the boys, that was on me. The girls, that was on her. And when it was time to discipline, I would say, time for you to leave. And then the boys would know they're in trouble. Terribly sorry, I don't go for this new age bullshit way to raise kids. Oh, just talk to them, everything will be okay. No. All right, I'm a rigger. Every dollar counts. They'll soon realize the value as everything has value. You're right, that does. Everything has value. He's walking like Biden. Oh my God. Nice suit. All right, whatever. Okay, that's good to be strict. What job did I have before you tried? Believe it or not, I was a CEO. I owned my own manufacturing company. All right, so let's go over to here onto TikTok. Get a bunch of questions over here. OGN, Big Ten Ben. What the heck is OGN? OGN. No. Sorry, dude. I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. It has to be a weekly optionable stock. This is a monthly optionable stock. There's a big difference. I can do a weekly every single week. This, I can only do it once a month. The numbers just don't work with monthlies. So what's the problem? I don't do monthlies. James, when and if you get a chance, take a look at it. Okay, yeah. The 7% yield dude doesn't thrill me. Okay? Okay, now you say 7% yield, that means something to someone, not to me. My hair's a mess. I still have my own hair, 61. Yield doesn't mean anything to me. Consistency of profitability is more important to me than what the yield is. Do you share your trades on the stream? Mojo Mike, what's happening? Yeah, I would get whooped, but sometimes they would think I did something when I didn't, and that would suck. Yep. See, the funny thing is, here's a good one. Here's a good one. There was 6 of us, right? And I was one of the middle. I was the middle child. Okay, so anytime somebody did something wrong, okay, I would say, Mom, I did it. I'd take the spanking from my brothers and sisters, then we all get to go out and play. Okay, who did that? I did it, Ma. She whipped my ass. I'd stand in the corner for a while, and then I got to go outside. Now, my brothers and sisters, they took advantage after a while. And my mother caught on. She said, all right, who did this? No. You always say you did it. You probably didn't do it, but anyway. Yeah, growing up in the 60s and 70s, yeah, I got my ass whooped a lot. Bro was one of those families, dads. Yeah. When more people buy stocks, the stock raise? Yeah. Yep. Okay, you really good talking. Okay, good. I drink gasoline. Good for you. That's horrible. Anyway, let's go back over there to TikTok. Look at the questions here. Okay, so Big Ten Ben, Lindarella, 2% a week. I like that idea. Would you invest in toilet paper? No, please. Gasoline smells good. Yeah, it does. Lindarella, can you take a look at OGN? Okay, Big Ten Ben, we did. OGN's right here. Okay? Monthly option, it's going to be a no. Sorry. JEPQ gives weekly dividends. What are your thoughts? JEPQ. JEPQ. I don't know about you, but that is a monthly optionable stock. No, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. So who said that? Renewable energy, okay, JEPQ, monthly. It's right now, it's 57.76 to 58. It's going for 10 cents. Why the hell would I do that at 10 cents? Okay, at 58 bucks, I should be getting 58 cents every single week. This is getting 10 cents. Yeah, hell no. Sorry, JEPQ is another one of those companies. The numbers just don't work. Amy. What do I think about Tesla? No, Tesla does not have dividends. No. What are your thoughts on JEPQ and QQQI? No and double hell no. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, renewable energy, nothing wrong with you giving your money to someone else, or worse, giving it to a machine. JEPQ and QQQI, you're giving your money to a machine to trade for you. What do you think an ETF is? Electronically traded fund. And don't give me the bullshit about exchange traded fund, because they're all electronic. You're giving your money to a computer to invest for you. Let me just show you, for the fun of it, exactly what JEPQ gives you. JEPQ. Now, this is not my numbers. This is right from Yahoo Finance. Okay? Okay? JP Morgan Equity Premium Income, ETF, electronically traded fund, JEPQ. You ready? Slide on down. Yield 9.66% per year. If you're okay with 9% per year, there you go. I like 1% a week. That comes to 50% per year. Huge difference between 50% per year and 9% per year. But wait, QQQI isn't any better. QQQI, hold on, it's going to pop up in a second. It doesn't even have a yield. And it doesn't tell you jack shit nothing. Why the hell would you put your money into something that doesn't have any details? No financial information on whatsoever. No. Okay, so Big Ten, I'm going to ask you nicely, very politely. I answer every single question. Before the night is over, I will answer every single question. I would appreciate it if you only asked the question once and only once. Now, I looked at OGN twice. The first time it was a no. And guess what the second time was? Oh, wait a minute. Let me think. No. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. 7% yield does not blow any wind up my skirt at all. 1% a week is 50% per year. Why are you showing me something that's paying 7% per year? Okay, I don't want to insult you any way, shape, or form, but you not seem to listen. 50% is better than 7%. Okay, if you want to show me something that's going to make me take a look, make sure it's 50% or more. I'll even take a look at 30% or more. But 7%, no, doesn't thrill me at all. What is the safest thing to invest in right now? Education. You're from Boston, aren't you? Stacy, how can you tell? We park our car in Harvard Yard. I am too. Cool beans. Walmart is weekly, correct? Yes, it is. I love Walmart. Unfortunately, Walmart is at the high of the year, so you got to wait for it to come back down. Bro, you remind me of an old guy from Wall Street firm. Well, alrighty. Are you a trader? No, I'm an investor. Okay, I buy and I sell on a weekly basis. But I only do stocks that are consistently profitable. Say, Big Ten Ben, sorry, dude, you got to come up with something better than that. Stormy, thank you for that. QQQI is a dividend every week. Yep, no, sorry. Hippie, all right, I have no idea what that means. What do I think about CTO? Doberman Mia. CTO? Why couldn't tell me GTO? GTOs I like. But CTO? What the heck is CTO? Oh, it's a no is what it is. Chasing Jack. Sorry, I stepped out for a moment. Did we already look at APA? Jack, dude, you missed it. APA was awesome. It was. Best Canadian stock. Sorry, I don't do Canadian stocks. Swing trader, then if weekly. Okay, that's what you want to call me. Fine. Invest in many different stocks or many of very few. Carrera, you're absolutely right. There's 9,875 different companies trading every single day. I only look at about 300, but I don't look at them all at the same time. I put all my stocks into a calendar, and then I only invest in those companies that have the dividends coming up. Now remember, each quarter, there's 4 quarters. January, February, March, quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. July, August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter 4. Now the funny thing about the 4 different quarters, my standpoint, they're all the exact same. Each quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4, has 13 weeks. 13 weeks each quarter. Count them up. 13 times 4 is 52. 52 weeks in a year. Okay. The nice thing about what I do is you see NWN, that's January 31st. Okay? The fifth week of the first quarter. NWN will be on the 5th week of the second quarter. NWN will be the 5th week of the third quarter. NWN will be the 5th week of the fourth quarter. Every 90 days, this list repeats itself. First quarter, 1 through 13. Second quarter, 1 through 13. Third quarter, 1 through 13. Fourth quarter, 1 through 13. All the exact same. First week of the quarter, same as the first week of the second quarter. So on and so forth. It's the same stocks over and over and over again. Why? Because they're consistently profitable. NWN, Northwest National, okay, over 5 decades of consistently increasing their dividend, which means every single year, more and more and more profits to the investors. It's actually that simple. If it's the 5th week of every quarter, there's only 4 quarters, the 5th week, NWN. So every 5th week, I'm looking at NWN. Is it the right time? I look at the chart, the 1-year chart, the 90-day chart, the 30. It's the same thing over and over and over. You look at any one of my videos. There's like 870. It's a lot of videos. They're all basically the exact same, saying the same things over and over and over again. Hoy, hoy, boy, how many kids do you have? Do they invest like you? Nope, none of them do. Andre, I'm living in Jamaica. Oh, come to Jamaica, man. What international broker do you recommend? I want to start trading U.S. stocks. Your best bet, Andre, this is just an opinion. You might want to think about a VPN, Virtual Private Network. Da-dum-dum, da-dum-dum. All right, I'm going to bed. Good night. Thanks for the info. Jason, so in short, is this passive? You will have to pay tax on that 50%. Jason, I love it when people mention taxes. Because if you mention taxes, that's kind of like going to a Lamborghini dealer and asking what kind of gas mileage does the car get. Why would you ask what kind of gas mileage does a Lamborghini get? If you can't afford the gas, even if it gets 2 miles to the gallon, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. If you're worried about the taxes, you shouldn't be investing. Okay? Now, taxes is going to be directly related to how you hold your account. Is it in your personal name? Great, you're paying the most in taxes. Is it in a company name? Great, you're paying corporate taxes. corporate taxes can offset profits and losses. So if the company is losing money and your investing is making money, the losses over here can offset the profits over here. You could have it into a family trust, not taxable until you take it out. You could have it into a Roth IRA, not taxable until you take it out. However you hold your account will depict how much taxes you pay. Now, there are ways of legally paying zero taxes. But my suggestion would always be talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. If you're worried about taxes, you should set up your account properly before you even start. I like the way you buzz. Jason, thank you very much. How much do you need to have invested in order to use your method? Okay, Jordan, my grandson started out with $50. Okay? True? You like that, Jason? Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. SQLT. All right, it's 11:29. I'm not going to look at any more stocks. I'm just going to answer questions because I do answer each and every question before the night is over, and we have a bunch here on TikTok to go through. SQLT, we'll have to look at that tomorrow. SLQT, whichever it is, we'll have to look at it tomorrow. Jay Sean, anybody that looks over their glasses like that shows you I trust Ellen more than the average Joe. All right, thank you, I guess. Scotty D, diversification. Yep. Thoughts on CLF? Cliff? Yeah, no. Sorry. Because of steel tariffs, I'm not really worried too much about steel tariffs. I do own some U.S. steel. Okay. Enbridge? No. Consistency and profitability. Scotty, take a look at Enbridge. Look at the numbers. It's familiarity. Okay. Tucker, how can I get with you? I'm 56. Tucker, how are you today? Now, Tucker, you're here on TikTok, right up over here. Okay, the very top left, right there. That's the bio. Click on that. There's a little envelope. You'll see a little tiny envelope. You click on that, send me a direct message with your phone number. I will give you a call. Simple. Jay Moore, KHC, Heinz Ketchup. Love Kraft Heinz. However, it's 11:30. I do this thing from 9 until 11:30, and it is 11:30. It's time for me to quit, but I will go through each and every question first before I leave. Okay, so if you want to look at Heinz Ketchup, show up tomorrow, Jay Moore. Okay, now you've been here before, because I remember that name. Can I check QXYLD? You have to ask me tomorrow, Don. Victoria. Jordan, how are you today? Leave me message or text me. Yeah, you can leave a message or text me. 86 is in the house. Woohoo! Oh, Victoria, Texas. Hey, check that out. Victoria, Texas. Cameo, hi. Can you explain how you interpret options on your right side display? All right. How do I interpret options? Let's take a look at one we actually like. I like Macy's. Macy's is wonderful, wonderful. Okay, check this out, Macy's. Now I'm just going to do the options. Okay, 30-day high, she drops, 30-day bottom, shoots up, pulls back. Here we got 2 days to the top upside. 14.67 is the current price. So I'm going to be looking at the 15s. The 15s for this week, 10 to 16, might get it. Next week, 23 to 26, definitely going to get it there. Okay, how do I interpret it? Okay. Over here are the puts. Over here are the calls. I don't do puts at all here. Okay, now I do puts on my own and in my private trading group. I don't explain them here. I do one strategy for free and only one. That's this one. If 50% a year is not enough for you, I can't help you out. All right? So, how do I interpret it? The current stock price right here. The bid, the ask. The open, the high, the low, the close. This is the information on the stock up here, the very top line. Hold on, this might be a little easier. Okay, This might be a little easier. This is the information on the stock. See the numbers? The last, which is the close, the change, it went up 14 cents today. The bid, the ask, the volume, the open, the high, the low, and the close. Okay, those are all the numbers on the stock. Now you have to be approved for options for it to make any sense to you. Here's the option chain. Okay, each on the far left is the expiration date. 14 February, that's this Friday. 21 February, that's next Friday. 28 February, that's 3 Fridays away. 7 March, 4 Fridays away. 14 March, 5 Fridays away, so on and so forth. Hold that thought. This is monthly options. 21 February, 21 March, 20 June, 19 September, 16 January 26, 20 January 26, 18 June 26. These are monthlies. Interpreted the same way. What's the current price? 54.38. Well, at the money is 54.38. That's the separation between the purple and the black. That line right there is at the money. The purple is in the money, the black is out of the money. That's the interpretation. I hope it makes sense. AMD-Trader, Advanced Micro Devices. Dude, seriously, check the numbers, check the dividends, and you will come with the same conclusion I did. No. That's a no. All right. Tyler, where should a person put 10K? First of all, you should ask yourself a question. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with 10K? Okay, do you want to throw a pizza party? Great party, 10K. Okay, you want to buy a Lamborghini? That ain't going to do it. If you want to put it into something for your future, great. What are you looking for? Capital appreciation or cash flow? Do you want it to grow fast or do you want cash flow? Grow slowly. Okay, it's always going to be a personal decision. My suggestion is always the same. Education first. Work the equation backwards. What are you expecting realistically? Well, now there's a whole bunch of trading strategies out there. There's a whole bunch of people just like me standing in front of a screen saying, hey, this, that, and the other thing. We all have a different approach. They all work. Some are easier than others. Some are more complicated. Some are safer. Some have more predictability. Some have, higher risk, higher reward. Mine's on the low end. I'm looking for 1% on a weekly basis. That's it. Most people want to put their 10 grand and turn it into 100 grand in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, you're not going to do that here. Sorry, this is slow. This is boring. This is monotonous. This is the same thing day after day, week after week. I don't mind because I'm retired. I got nothing else to do other than what I've been doing for the past 15, 20 years. All right, AT, what's your thought on LYG, Lloyd's Bank, about dividend? Okay, LYG, AT, you have to ask me about that one tomorrow. Chatterbox, I love being here every morning. Okay. Thank you for that, Chatterbox. What is the name of the website? The 10-Minute Trader. Pressure Odom. Alrighty, 25 present last year. Ronnie, I have no idea what 25 present last year means. Joshua, XRP, thoughts, predictions, worth the investment. Okay, Deshaun, I don't do XRP. It's not a dividend stock. It does not pay dividends. It has not been around for 20 consecutive years. It's a no for me. Best dividend stocks for a Roth IRA. Yep. Always buy the best dividend stocks for your Roth IRA. Miss some questions. AMD, we already looked at. Ignore negative comments. I always do. I like negative comments because, it it allows me to, figure out. If you don't have enough trolls, you're not working hard enough. That's my philosophy. So I like trolls. Keep going. XRP, no thank you. 25%. Yep, that's dividend stocks for a Roth IRA. How do I cancel my membership? Gen X, you just cancel it. All right, you go to where you signed up and you say, I would like to cancel my membership. Gen X 67. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, no. Ignore the negative comments. What is your top 5 stocks you play with regularly? Well, that would be Ford, Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's, MPW, US Steel, Intel, Dell. Oh, I like all those. I'm not understanding the monthly and weekly difference. Raz. Okay, Raz, I'm don't want to insult your intelligence, okay? But monthly, there's 12 months in a year. Weekly, there's 52 weeks in a year. The difference is 12, 52. Okay, if each option trade gets me anywhere between 1 or 2% each trade, one a month is 12 to 24% a year. One a week is 50 to 100% a year. That's the difference. Okay, either you have the time to do it every single day or you do it once a month. It's totally up to you. I do it every day because I've been doing it every day for the last 20 years. Ford Motor Stewart, we looked at Ford earlier. KHC, J Moore, we're going to have to look at that tomorrow. I keep seeing you. Alrighty. Exchange trade funds, not electronically traded funds. Tony, thank you for explaining exchange traded fund as opposed to electronically traded funds. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the exchange? The exchange is all computers, which runs on electricity, which would be electrically traded funds. Okay, I understand the difference between exchange traded funds and electronically traded funds, but if the exchange is all run on electricity and computers, and it's electronically traded funds, you're giving your money to a computer to trade for you. All right, you're not giving it to a person, you're giving it to a computer. What are my recommendations? YOLO, I don't make recommendations. I just point and click and give you my opinion. My opinion is whatever my opinion is. This is just what I do. Okay, and I show you what I do. If you guys want to do the same, hey, that's up to you. I'm just showing you what I do. Never blindly trust a random guy on YouTube. That's who I am. I'm a random guy on YouTube. You don't know me. I tell you, send me a number. I'll give you a call. That will get you closer to knowing me. But here, the interaction here, yeah, you can't really know me. Okay. Do I like Ford Motors? Yes, I do. But I will like to look at Ford Motors every single week and look and see when it makes sense. Because it goes up, it goes down. I don't want to buy it when it's going down, and I don't want to buy it when it's at the high of the year either. So I like to watch certain stocks over and over again. Ford is one of them. Now I have to try this. Oh no, I hate when that happens. 7 Mickey, top 3 stocks you play with. Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's. What has 1% a week? Well, there's over 1,000 companies that have weekly options. What pays 50% a year? Well, 1% a week is over 50% a year. Paul Rod, those are dividend yields. Annual rate of return is different, right? Not really. Because the yield is, all right, there's a difference between yield and annual percentage or annual percentage rate. Because the yield depends on where did you buy it. Wherever you bought it, whatever the dividend, that's what your yield going to be. As the stock is higher, your yield is lower. As the stock is lower, your yield is higher. Because a dividend usually stays the same. So if you're getting $1 dividend and you're paying $64, you're paying one yield. You're getting one yield. But if you're still getting $1 on the same stock, but you bought it at 52, which is $14 left, your yield is different. But it's still basically the same. You're putting a big chunk of your money into an investment and it's giving you a return at the end of the year. So wherever you jumped on this merry-go-round, whether it was at the high or whether it was at the low, will depict what your yield is based on what the dividends are. It's one of those complicated questions. I just use it for, an example. So at this current moment in time, The stock is at 54.38. Whatever the dividend is, you divide the dividend by this price here. That will give you your yield. Tomorrow, next week, or the week after, or 3 months from now, the yield will change because the dividend stays the same, but the stock price changes. Hope that makes sense. Paul? Alpha Wraps, new retail baby. Okay, I have no idea what that means. All right. Stephen, hello. Thoughts on Mera? Ooh, I like Mera. But you're going to have to ask me tomorrow because I'm just answering questions. Because we're basically done at looking at stocks tonight. I'm just going to go through the rest of the questions. But I do like Mera, and I do own some Mera. Okay, so come back tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11:30, or whenever I run out of questions. Coach Joel, EX dividend Ford stock coming up, special dividend 2, so 30 cents total February 17th. Okay. So when is the best time to sell? February 21 9 call on Ford. There isn't. We looked at the 9 call on Ford already. Okay, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't worth it. I can't tell you what's right for you, Coach. Okay, you have to figure out what is right for you. For me, I looked at Ford earlier. Now, I got 7 different accounts. I own Ford in one. Okay, because the numbers looked right. Then, now the numbers don't look right. Still learning, is there an expense ratio? For what? Tasha, you got to ask a better question. You ask a better question, I can give you a better answer. There's always an expense ratio, but as an expense ratio in what specifically are you talking about? Wait, Roth is not taxable? That's why a Roth is powerful. Coach, now, I'm assuming you're a coach. You've been around for a while. So to be a coach, you actually have to be, I would like to think, a certain age, which means you've had a couple of jobs already and you know about taxes. So yeah, a Roth, you can take your investments. The money is taxed before you put in it. But as it's growing in that account, it's not taxed. But guess what? When you take it out, they're going to tax you. So yeah. Can you check CSMT? Daniel, we'll have to take a look at it tomorrow. We're past my time already, but I do want to answer these questions. It has interesting fundamentals. Okay. Jay Byrne. So you're here every night from 9 to 11:30. Yep. Nate Mullins. Did you get stuck holding DHI and STZ when the tariffs hit them? Okay. I don't own either one of those. And I never bought either one of those. Okay. Thanks for all the free information, Chase and Jack, you got it, and giving us a chance to succeed in this economy. You're welcome. Where are we? There we go. Almost done with questions. What do I think about FBRT? Never heard of it. Metaversal Boo. 1% a week takes 1.38 years to double your money. Yeah, okay. Best Canadian dividend stock. Sorry, I don't do Canadian stocks. I'm in South Africa, hence I said morning. Chatterbox. Cool, that makes sense. What do I think of Misty, MSTY? Dude, check the numbers. Seriously. When I say my 5 rules, rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. So my assumption here, when I say never buy something you don't understand, my assumption would be you looked at all the fundamentals of the numbers. You understood that the dividend is what the dividend is. You understood what the current yield is. You understood whether or not it's a monthly or a weekly optionable stock. But my guess is that no, you didn't, because I'm familiar with MSTY. It doesn't fit whatsoever. Nordstrom's, they're looking to go private. Yes, they are. But here's an interesting thing. If you buy Nordstrom's and they go private, well, they pay you what the value of the current buyout offer is. So if you buy Nordstrom's at $10 and the buyout offer is at $14 a share, well, you're going to get 14. So it all negotiated when they actually buy the stock, buy the company to take it private. They have to pay off all the investors and buy back all the shares. User rule 72, okay. Have a good night, and thank you for the info. Lindarella, you're welcome. Club Med Tom, Gen X72, how long have you attended, and is it worth it? Okay, Gen XXX 1967, I have no idea who the hell you are. Okay, and I don't remember ever seeing you at any of the live shows in the morning. Do you give help? Yes, I do. Kuma, do you give help? Kyle, I have an option call on TSLA right now at 345. It expires in 18 days. I'm down 400. Should I hold or wait? Kyle, I cannot answer that question. I don't give advice, and I definitely don't do Tesla. And I really never buy options. Okay? 80% of all options expire worthless. I don't buy. I sell. So I'm on the 80% side. What stock is this? This is O Realty. Kyle. Okay, you already said that. Chase and Jack. James, once you put your stock on a covered call, can you cancel after it's been filled? No. Because once you buy a stock, it's yours to do with whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But once you sell a covered call against it, okay, and you take someone's money, believe it or not, you just entered into a legal binding contract. Legal binding contract means you cannot sell that stock unless you buy back that option. Okay, a legal binding contract, you need 4 things: a beginning date, an ending date, consideration, that's money, and meeting of the minds, which means you're both agreeing to something. You're agreeing to buy in a stock at a certain price at a certain date, and they give you money to do that. Legal binding contract. You cannot just do whatever you want. There are certain rules. Best time of day to day trade. I don't day trade, so I couldn't answer that question. And we're done with questions. Hi, what's the difference between weekly options and monthly options? Vernie Chu, how are you today? Okay, Vernie, the difference between a monthly option and a weekly option, other than the fact that monthly, you can only do it once a month, 12 times a year. Weekly, once a week, 52 times a year. Other than that, there's really no difference between the two. Okay, monthlies expire on the 3rd Friday of the month. Weeklies expire every Friday. Okay, that's about the only difference there is. All right, so that's all the questions. Oh, look at that. Bear that swings. Ooh, I love a troll. Can you explain a little more on the international broker and VPN? Andre, the only thing I tell you about a VPN, it's a virtual private network, and you do got to pay for it. It allows you to sign in from anywhere. Okay, you said you're in Jamaica. Okay, you can sign in Detroit. You can sign in Moscow. You can sign in Alaska. You can sign in Hawaii. That's what a VPN does for you. It gives you anonymity, and you can do it from anywhere. Thanks, James. You covered a lot tonight. Have a good night. All right, it is 11:51, way past my bedtime. And Bear That Swings, thank you for that compliment. Good for you, brother. All right, you guys have a nice night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye on Facebook. Bye on Instagram. Now, John, remember what I said. You want to be on my live? DM me with your phone number. I'll give you a call. We'll chat. If you have something to contribute, it'd be more than wonderful to have you here. Other than that, have a great night, everyone. And you guys over here on TikTok, I'll be back again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. to 11:30. No, 9 to 11:30. Raw Dog Ramsey, Johnson & Johnson baby oil. Way do you go, Raw Dog. All right, have a nice night, everyone in YouTube land. And we're done over here. Didn't do anything over there tonight.